So Trindy Gourmet is a personal chef, catering, and cafe company. We're a boutique. So we're a small business located in the historic northwest of West Palm Beach, Florida. We have been in existence since 2011 as personal chefs and caterers, adding our cafe in 2000. Gosh, it's been so long. I mean, it seems like it's been forever, but it's 4 years ago that we opened up the cafe. Well, so the great thing about Councilman Lawson, Douglas Lawson, is he and I do a lot of initiatives together, and so this was like a natural fit. So his group, Infinity Bridges to Infinity Foundation, they come to the cafe earlier this week, as they've done in the past years, and I got a chance to talk to the guys, and I talked to them about self-talk and about having positive self-talk. And so it was just kind of like a natural fit. I was like, you know what? Since you already have the boys, you're going to be talking to them about mental illness awareness with a licensed clinician. Like, this is a perfect fit for me to come in and show them one of the simple meals that they can make, because it takes like all of 5 minutes to make.
Right.
Well, our foundation, Bridge to Infinity, we created an arm from the Infinity Foundation, which is the Youth Entrepreneurial Camp. It's a program that we originally started for young men in the community, because the young men in Riviera Beach were just kind of causing a lot of problems, getting in trouble, idle hands, you know. So once those idle hands became occupied, we got to change the focus from actually getting in trouble and focus on business mindset, finance, credit, mental health, things that can actually benefit them when they get past the age of 14, 15, 16 and take them into their careers. Last year we had a graduating class of about 18 young men, and I followed up with every single one of them, and they're doing well. No arrests, no issues. GPAs increased across the board. They stayed engaged. Their parents were letting us know that they were doing much better in the household. And it shows that when you have male figures, when you have leadership, and you have individuals that actually focused on improving the quality of life for our young men and our young women, which we started this year, it will actually change the mindset of these kids. It just lets them know that instead of their parents always just pointing the finger and, you know, just talking at them, they have somebody that they can speak with and talk with. And then it gives them the opportunity to change the dynamic at home as well and have those open conversations that the parents may or may not be having with them. So.
There are actually foods that you can eat to help anytime you're having those feelings. And so the paper that you have in front of you lists only some of them. They're really about 20. These are the most common, and these are the ones that have most of the research have been done from. So the one that I'm going to talk about today, so just so you all know, parents, there's going to be a continuing series of this class. This is kind of like, since they were all together, it was easy for me to come insert myself in this situation. Thank you, Councilman Lawson, for allowing me to come. So it was easy for me to insert myself in this situation, but we will actually have ongoing classes. We'll actually have 8 more sessions. Well, the difference in those sessions, I'll again be cooking. There'll be some hands-on, but everything that I cook, you all will leave with it so that you can go home and try to cook it as well. Because everything is about girls when it comes to cooking. When it comes to cooking, you know, women, we're covered. Like, you can find a class and it's going to always be predominantly women, or you may find couples, but there's nothing that really is just for males. And what I noticed with my cooking classes, it would be all females, but the guys would be kind of lurking around. So they would peek in, they may come in and get a plate. This happens at my cooking classes at the schools. And they would say things like, I want to do a class. There's a class going on, but they didn't want to do that class because they never said it, but it's just something about the dynamic of letting your guard down because everybody in the room is like you.
And
versus
how do you think that helps with their mental health?
Anxiety, exactly. So anxiety for men is being in a room with women who have some skills and they don't. No, really. You know, you're the guy, you know, you're masculine, you know, one of the most masculine things that you can use is a knife. So the mental health awareness Cooking with Trindy component came about because I began to see an overwhelming number of people who were very close to me struggle with mental illness, whether it was depression, anxiety, or even in some cases, you know, bipolar disorder. So just a lot of mental illnesses began to surface. And when you feel helpless about something, you immediately go to, what can I do? Like, in my toolbox, what do I have? And of course, for me, it was cooking, because I'm a chef and a restaurant owner, and then I'm an educator first. I always tell people I lead with education. I'm a teacher and a consultant before cooking. So when you put those two together, you know, some great things can happen. And then a really good friend of mine who has a mental health wellness organization called Mom, whose son struggles with mental illness, she really just pushed me. She's like, you got to do it.